Today we're going to cover arthritis, and we're going to cover regular arthritis, we're going to cover osteoarthritis, and we're also going to cover rheumatoid arthritis. And of course, the most common types, you have your regular arthritis and you have your osteoarthritis, which is probably the most common. And one of the really interesting points about arthritis is that anytime you get a diagnosis of arthritis when you go to a doctor, is one of the significant diagnoses in arthritis is dehydrated joints. And this is very, very important. It's very, very crucial. When you have arthritis, what happens, the mechanics of it, is that your knee experiences tension, and tension causes the joint to squeeze closer together. And when the joint squeezes closer together, that means there's not enough room for the blood and the oxygen to get into the knee joint to hydrate the joint. What ends up happening is the more pain you experience in the joint, the tighter the joint gets, and the less blood flow you get. And that's why arthritis gets to be a progressive issue. It starts with a small place, and then it grows and it grows, and pretty soon the entire joint begins to wear away. So here's what my program does. This is really kind of cool. Remember in the first video I sent you was that rotation? Well, when that rotation takes the pressure off of the joint, off of the nerves in your knee, it creates space. And when it creates space, watch what happens to my hand here. When I open up my hand, it turns from white to pink. And that's because now the pressure has been taken off of the joint so the blood and the oxygen can get in there to begin to lubricate the joint, to hydrate the joint, and begin to reverse that process of dehydration that you've gotten the diagnosis from your doctor. That's really, really kind of cool, actually. So what I would do, in addition to that external knee rotation that I told you about a couple days ago, I would suggest beginning to drink a glass of water, like a 16-ounce glass of water, first thing in the morning. Because this begins to set up the conditions that your body is able to hydrate and get the water in your system that it needs to be able to get into your joint and lubricate that joint. Now, this is one of the topics that I really get into in my surgery-free knee replacement program. And the idea is arthritis gets to be a progressive thing. Like I said, it starts with a small spot. That spot gets bigger. Your knee gets more painful. Your knee tightens up more. It wears away more. And then, after a period of time, the arthritis gets so much that it begins to wear away at the cartilage and the meniscus. And then you get into a situation where you're kind of on the slippery slope going towards a knee replacement surgery. So it's really kind of important that you begin to take this seriously and address this now, address this today, because if you're already experiencing those situations, the situations tend not to get better. And the solutions out there aren't all that promising. So my approach is very natural, and it uses common sense ways of addressing and setting up the conditions so your body can heal itself. So I'm going to leave a link below this video to my surgery-free knee replacement program. And also, if you want to talk about your specific situation specifically with me, you can go down and click the Knee Freedom Strategy session, where we can set up a time to chat and go over what's going on with your knee, get an understanding why your knee hurts, and figure out a game plan for you moving to a place of getting over the situation with the arthritis in your knees. So thanks a lot, and I will talk to you soon.